Hello everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome back to TEW 2020 where we are in charge of Impact Wrestling. Now, this is the go home show for Impact. This is it. This is the last one before Impact, before the pay-per-view. You knew what I meant. So Destination X will be the next episode of TEW. Which means that at the end of this episode I will reveal the official card for the pay-per-view. Now obviously that card will be subject to change, and like if I can't fit a match in here and there, it'll be one of the lower card matches, but you'll understand that. So yeah, I think we should just roll on into it. What I will say though, as a big thing is, as you can see here, I am trying to get as many people as possible. Penta is my replacement for Fenix. If I can't have Fenix, I'll have Penta. Rocky Romero, someone else, Taka Michinoku, Loki. All four of those people are really good, and they can replace Bandido and replace Fenix in turn if we need it. Then that will play into the fact that we have not signed anyone, if you get what I mean. Like we haven't we haven't like signed anyone new or like something like that. I think we're also trying to get in we tried to get in Dragon Lee, but he didn't want to return. That was it. The other person I'm trying to get in is Danhausen. Now usually I don't tell you who I'm trying to bring in, but I want to be open with you guys. Danhausen, I love him. I think he's funny. I think he's hilarious. I am considering, and I want to know what you guys think of this, I am considering a partnership. Now obviously he is, I think, really good friends, if not best friends, with Warhorse in real life. So I kind of want to bring those two together, and I think they can do some really good, not only comedy stuff, but they can do some serious stuff together between Warhorse and Danhausen. But there's also one person in Impact that you may realise, thinking about these two in Danhausen and Warhorse, who I could pair up with them as well, and that's Crazy Steve. Now, Crazy Steve obviously has a similar look and can also do a lot of comedy skits, is also really good in the ring, and also wears face paint. I think that would be a decent thing. I think it would be a decent trio. I think it would be a decent stable. So basically, what do you guys think to that? I want to bring Danhausen in anyway, but what do you guys think? Do you think I should keep Danhausen separate to Warhorse completely, or separate to everyone, have them as single stars? Do you think I should make this trio? Do you think that maybe I shouldn't make it a trio, maybe just Warhorse and Danhausen, or just Danhausen and Crazy Steve, or Crazy Steve and Warhorse? There's so many different options. I just want to know what you guys think. And also, if you think there should be a trio, please give me a name, because I'm really bad with names. Anyway, enough of me talking. If anything happens before Impact, I'll show you. If not, let's just get straight on into it. Okay, I'm just looking at everything, right? And Shayna Baszler's just retired on the game. Fair enough, right? I was just looking through and I wasn't going to say anything. Like, if I saw that she was retiring, I wouldn't have said anything. And if I saw the other piece of news, I wouldn't have said anything. But the fact that they both come together, Shayna Baszler's won the Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship. Does that mean it's vacated? Like, does she retire with the belt or what? I don't know. This is interesting, viewers. It's a decent show, but what does this mean? Okay, she's not holding a belt. Right. She doesn't work. Right. She's retired. Right. So does that mean... I think that means she vacated the belt, which means that she won it and then she vacated it, which is very unlike real life, because that's actually a really decent send-off for Shayna Baszler, and WWE will not do that. And I'm not slagging off WWE, I love WWE, but however, there's a certain individual that's quite petty in WWE, and we all know who he is, so let's just move on. Anyway, we got some mail, which is, there's been a rival bid for Low Key. by MLW. I don't think that'll affect us unless it's exclusive. It shouldn't affect us at all. View rival offers. It's just a handshake deal with MLW. Lovely stuff. And then Luster the Legend is contract's ending. I don't know how I feel about this guy. Like, he's alright. I mean, he's fine. I haven't really seen him as a single star, but is one of his better performances. He got a 26. And what's his popularity? About to. So he is doing okay. So maybe it is good to keep him. So I'll go back to him. However, there is something I am looking forward to do, and I didn't do at the end of the last episode. Gamma Singh. Bye bye. Bye Gamma. Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Right. How the hell do I release this guy? Release him. Off you go. See you later. Bye bye Gamma Singh. Mahabali Shara. Another guy. He's done decently. He's got 14 popularity. What is he performing at currently? He's performing at 21 off of like 14 pop. That's not great. So let's just release him. Quite simply, I just don't like him. So Mahabali Shara, gone. Raj Singh, right, you. I mean, he's probably decent. Probably being the big word there. But in this triple threat match, Raj Singh was about a 26. Mahabali Shara 25. They just weren't at the level. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you later. Which leaves us with Rohit Raju, who, just look at his stats, he's just 10 times better, ain't he? So we're just going to keep it with this guy. The Desi Hit Squad is done. It's over. Delete stable. Right, we got rid of them. That's it. Desi Hit Squad are done. I just didn't care enough about them. There's other teams here that I do care about. You know, just look at these teams. ASOS and Mammon Fulton, English and Gotch, Falabar and TJP, Heath and Rhino, Motor City Machine Guns, Renault Scum, Sons of Perfection, the Deaners, the Good Brothers. We've got the North with the Rascals and Triple XL. All good stuff. Like, we've got a lot of tag teams. So, it's just... And I can add other tag teams as well. There's enough on the roster that I can add other tag teams if needs be. Right, so WWE have had their TLC pay-per-view, so let's have a look at it. So they got a 79 rated show where Braun Strowman defeated Randy Orton in the main event for the Universal title. Fiend, Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins defeated Finn Balor, etc, etc. We had Nia Jax defeat Mandy Rose and Bianca Belair for the vacant SmackDown Women's Championship. I don't think much else happened. So, yeah, decent show by them. But yeah, just a WWE show, isn't it? Here we go. Right, so I've completed the signing of Penta, Rocky Marrero and Taka Michinoku. I should be okay now. There is no way all 5 of these men won't be able to make it. So surely I can get a combination of 2 of them to make that match amazing. And the fact that Penta, I think, isn't signed to any other company except from AEW means that he'll definitely be available, which is brilliant. He's available for the show at the weekend as well. I did check those. I checked whether they'd be available on the Saturday show, just in case. Right, so we got some backstage incidents. The first one's involved, well, the only one's involving Rob Van Dam and Wentz, where Rob Van Dam passes on psychology tips to Wentz. Lovely stuff. This is going to be brilliant if we keep getting people doing that. So yeah, I'm going to put the show and then we'll see what the show is like. Guys, there are no absent workers. I just went to start it. There are no absent workers. We can put on the best match possible. I have a feeling I know how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to cheat to win. Yeah. I have a feeling I know which combination I'm doing. Right, so I've booked the show. This is one hell of a go-home show. The main event being Fenix, Pentagon Jr, and Warhorse could be incredible. I put it as the main event. I was deliberating for a very long time whether to make it, whether to do that or not. I really wasn't sure. I'll probably change the timing of the opening match because I bumped it up to get in the times of the show, and then I realised that I missed a section of storytelling, so I added that, and now it's bumped it up anyway. But this is one hell of a go home show. This is a big one for me, so I don't know how it's gonna go. It could go anywhere, so I think let's just get into it. Let's see what happens and see how this go home show goes. So we start the show off with a 62 rated match where the Motor City Machine Guns defeated Miro and Sami Callihan when Alex Shelley submitted Miro. He submitted him with the Border City stretch. Wow, what a rub for Alex Shelley there. Alex Shelley with a 56, Chris Sabin 50, 64 for Miro, 54 for Sami Callihan. Great stuff by all these guys. I was maybe thinking of having the Good Brothers they were at ringside by the way for this match, but I was considering having them have a promo, and then I realised that this will bump up their storyline rating so much that this is just the way you should leave it. Motor City Machine Guns on top, commentary putting over the fact that the Motor City Machine Guns lost 3 of their 4 singles matches, but the Motor City Machine Guns have just beaten the main event storyline, which you would think, okay, I guess some of you will be thinking, well, why have you done this? Now, I've done this for one reason. The Motor City Machine Guns are tag team champions. They should not be losing a tag team match to a tag team that doesn't exist. So this is a way of making the tag team's champions seem the best. Why should a non-tag team beat the tag team champions? It shouldn't be happening. So I thought, well, there's another thing we could do with this. I could have Sami Callihan lose the match. Sure. But what if Miro loses the match? That puts Miro over as maybe a bit weaker, maybe putting him on the same level as Sami Callihan. And also, if Callihan loses, it doesn't help his stock. Miro losing puts a bit of doubt in people's heads of maybe he's going to lose that match. And plus, maybe that means Alex Shelley might get a singles title match in the future. You never know, but what a way to start the show. 62 rating, and the fact that I think that's going to be the weaker match says a lot. So let's go. Then we've got a 61 rated segment where Foley announces that there will be a fatal 4-way #1 contenders match later on in the show between Thunder Rosa, Havoc, Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary. These 4 have all beaten each other in different ways. They've all been doing amazingly. So Foley went, fine, we're going to have a #1 contenders match. We're going to see who is going to take forward this women's division and face whoever wins at the pay-per-view between Peraza and Hojo. He also puts over the fact that at the later on in the show, he will be hosting a contract signing between the two. So yeah, 61 rated segment here. Brilliant stuff, gaining heat for all of the rivalries. It's just lovely stuff. Then we have a 44 rated segment where Ace Austin comes out and he's pissed. He's pissed. He's meant to be in that match at the pay-per-view. He's angry. He's like, I've had enough of you, TJP. I've had enough. I want you at the pay-per-view. And obviously TJP accepts. He finally gets the singles match he's been banking for ages. He's been itching to get Ace Austin in a singles match since that Bound for Glory series. And he finally gets it at the pay-per-view as well. What a match that could be. Then we've got a 46 rated segment where Jake Chris defeated Ken Shamrock in a hardcore match with a super kick. Jake Chris with a 49, Ken Shamrock with a 46. Jake Chris and obviously Ken Shamrock have great chemistry together. And the big thing here as well, Jake Chris gets the rub. He gets a bit of that popularity off of Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock wasn't happy. He was kept strong in this match. I think that's because I want one more match between these guys. So it kind of puts over the fact that they're 1-1. One was a singles, straight up singles match. one was a hardcore match. I kind of know where it's going to go. I think I might go with steel cage route, because obviously Ken Shamrock with his MMA background and Jake Chris loving weapons, I might go for like a weapons style steel cage match, something like that. I might go down that route. But yeah, so because I want one more match, I didn't mind keeping Ken Shamrock strong here. I did want him to take a bump, but he didn't want to do that. But 46 rated, good stuff there, just a solid match on the show. And then we've got a 39 rated segment where RVD wishes Warhorse all the best in the main event, and yeah, he's just putting over this fact of, you know, good luck, mate, good luck. Yeah, I'm not sure whether Rob Van Dam truly means that when coming to Warhorse. Then we've got a 50 rated segment where EC3 calls Moose arrogant and tells him, look, if you want to win this, you can't be having those sit down interviews, you can't be bullying people backstage, you've got to book up your ideas, you've got to treat me as a threat like you've not been doing. You've been treating the roster as not a threat. You need to treat me as one, because my god, I can ruin your I can take that championship off you. I can ruin this for you. So yeah, 50 rated segment there, nice stuff. Then we've got a 44 rated match where Taya Valkyrie defeated Rosemary, Thunder Rosa and Havoc in about 60 minutes, when Taya Valkyrie pinned Thunder Rosa with Northern Light suplex. Yeah, so Taya Valkyrie with 41, Rosemary 41, Thunder Rosa 43, Havoc 39. Apparently, confusingly, Taya Valkyrie and Johnny Bravo on different sides of the face-heel divide, so I need to turn Johnny Bravo as well. I just wish I could have turned them earlier, but yeah, so that might have hindered the match a little bit, might have pushed it up to like a 45, 46, but still a really good match between these guys. Havoc was the weakest, but not saying she's weak whatsoever, and Thunder Rosa was the strongest, and she took the pin. So 44 rated, lovely stuff here again, really good show this. Then we've got a 52 rated segment where Gargano and Young confront each other one final time. They're kind of standing in the ring and they're going, look, I will beat you at pay-per-view. Gargano is pushing over the fact that, you know, this is my first big match and I have to win it. Young is just going, I'm just going to ruin your return, and all of it, it's just building to this one final time before this big match, before Gargano's first big match. Then we've got a 39 rated segment where the North revealed that Garini's attack was a setup by the North all along. Wow, technically, because the North have a new member. Dominic Guarini is a part of the North. The North is no longer a team of two, it's a trio. So yeah, now we've got a 3v3 situation. Dominic Guarini was suggested by someone in the comments, and I have enjoyed this. Guarini was terrible off the mic. A few of these aren't very good off the mic, but they need to just get better and better over time, and this is a way to push these two teams, or two stables now, higher up the card. Then we've got a 49 rated match. Really? Wow! Where Brian Myers defeated Heath in about 60 minutes by pinfall when he illegally used the ropes for leverage. Heath with a 49, Brian Myers 39. Brian Myers kind of proving I should have had it, but he did cheat to win. I needed to put over Brian Myers here. He's just turned heel. I needed to put that over. But I didn't want Heath to lose cleanly, because he's got a really big chance of winning that title at the pay-per-view. So it was trying to balance that out, but Heath and Brian Myers having great chemistry is really good stuff there, ready for future matches between these two. Then we have a 47 rated segment where the Kingdom come out and they're saying that they're already proving they are a force, and on Sunday they'll prove it again. Shane Taylor not long come back from injury. They do reference the fact that Kevin Nash, even though we tried to injure Shane Taylor and did injure Shane Taylor, he was still able to come out with the win. So yeah, they're kind of putting over the fact that Bay's going to win at the pay-per-view, and that's great. Then we have a 60 rated segment, wow, where Foley hosts a contract signing between Kairi Hojo and Deonna Purrazzo. Wow, 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 wow. I knew it would gain heat for this rivalry, but this rivalry's heat must have just gone up like so much with the fact that Foley has hosted 2 of these segments. I know it's kind of cheating, but it makes sense. Foley starting off the show being like, look, we need a new #1 contender. These 4 women are doing great. I need to put this out. I was considering having Stephen Amell do that one, but I thought having Foley, and then Foley kind of hinting that he's going to host contract signing because that wasn't announced in advance. So give someone something to look forward to, and a 60 rated, lovely stuff here. And this is it, the main event of the evening: Pentagon Jr, Fenix, Warhorse. I have no idea. The opening match was a 62. As long as it's above 62, I'm happy. 60 rated match. Do you know what? I do not mind that whatsoever. Fenix defeated Pentagon Jr and Warhorse in 20 minutes when Fenix pinned Warhorse with a Meteora following interference by RVD. Warhorse was putting up an incredible fight here, and he just kept going, and then RVD got involved. Wow, wow, wow. 60 rated main event. That should help Warhorse a lot. I didn't know which one to put as the main event, to be completely honest with you, but 62 and a 60, they're so close. I knew they'd be close, but yeah, I just didn't realise that how much Warhorse would drag it down. They didn't drag it down too much. I think I was expecting better by Fenix and Pentagon, really. I was expecting 70 by Fenix, I was expecting mid-60s by Penta, and they dropped off a little bit. So not great by them two, but still an incredible match, and that means Fenix is in that Ultimate X match. And that leaves us with a 59 rated show, consistent throughout. The only things that really let us down was RVD and the Warhorse segment, which is quite annoying because I expected better off RVD, and the North and the Rascals, but I expected that to not go down too well between those two. But the starting match, well, the last few segments and the first few segments were really, really good. So yeah, brilliant stuff here, lovely stuff. I'm so happy with that. That's how you do a go home show, people. That was a risky show, don't get me wrong, but it was one that was needed. I'm really happy with how it goes. We've got so many storylines, not only developing into Destination X, but we've also progressed some going out of it. What I like about doing pay-per-view stuff is when it gets to that pay-per-view, you push stuff and you push storylines and feuds to go beyond that, because I feel like if you don't do that, you're going to get stuck. And you're going to come to a standstill where you get these stop and starts after every pay-per-view, and you don't want that. You want, even if it's just hinting of a new storyline, like the hinting of the Brian Myers Heath storyline, that is a hint, and you know, nothing more than a hint. But yeah, really good stuff there, really happy with that. We'll look at the male, where the viewing figures were really good, of course, and then we can get Low-Key and Lust of the Legend. We'll just get Lust of the Legend, we won't get Low-Key, we'll just cancel, we'll withdraw the offer of Low-Key. That was just in case we didn't get Fenix and that lot, but we did manage to get them, which is great. Lovely stuff there. I'll have a look at the size of the, I think we were around the same again. Oh, we've gone up in a couple of regions, so that's decent as long as we keep going up. The big one for me is, how much did Warhorse benefit? He was in a main event, he was in a really good main event match. He didn't benefit too much, I was expecting a bit more. He increased in a couple of regions, but not much. I was expecting a bit more, to be honest with you. Obviously, I don't think that would have helped Fenix's popularity. It might have done, actually. He's not that popular. Yeah, it did actually help him, so I'm helping out Fenix a little bit here. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought their popularity was a bit higher, to be honest, but I just know how good they are in the ring. I didn't realise that I would be helping out the Lucha Brothers, right? Me, as Impact, helping out the Lucha Brothers for AEW. I mean, I don't mind. Might help my relationship with them. But anyway, I'll go into Explosion. If anything happens, I'll show you. If not, then we'll just get straight on into it. And obviously after that, I will be revealing the card, so make sure you stick around to see that, although it will be at the start of the next episode as well. But yeah, ooh, we were actually close to AEW Dynamite. They got a 62. I think we were close to hitting that, especially in the fact that they had a really good segment there as 72, and then they had a 75 main event where Cody defeated Adam Page for that AEW TNT title. They didn't have that. Could have been lower and we could have nicked it, but 62. What did NXT do? We beat them again. They upped their game to a 58. We upped ours to a 59. We beat them again. We keep doing this. If we consistently keep beating NXT, woohoo, oh boy, we're going to be in good stead. I think we're making really good strides. And this pay-per-view coming up, I've already looked at all the storyline heats for it. But genuinely, there's 3 potential main events. And that's me being serious. There's 3 potential main events. It's incredible. Right, so I've booked the show, finally booked the show. We got a lot of segments this week, a few less matches. I still have 3 matches, but I have a lot of smaller segments. So let's just get straight on into it and see what happens. So we start the show with a 45 rated segment where Warhorse demands RVD at the pay-per-view and says that he's already got the go-ahead by Foley. It will be Warhorse and RVD at the pay-per-view. I forgot to remove Warhorse from the Ultimate X storyline, so hopefully it doesn't affect that one too much. But yeah, decent stuff here. And I wanted to kind of go into the pay-per-view with everyone knowing that Warhorse was going to be on it, so that's one way of doing it. Then we've got a 38 rated match where Dominic Garrini defeated Crazy Steve in about 12 minutes with the triangle choke. Dominic Garrini, I just wanted to see what he could do. He got a 38 here, Crazy Steve with a 34. I haven't really used Crazy Steve that much, as I mentioned earlier on in the episode. So I thought, why not pull him in a match? And Crazy Steve losing here won't affect him too much. Dominic Garrini, I think, needed a win just to show what he could do. So this was like a showcase match for Dominic Garrini, really. Obviously not on a major show, but just kind of putting over it. You know, he's good. He can win matches rather than, you know, him not winning any, which is what he's done so far. So 38 rated, decent stuff there. Then we've got a 41 rated segment where Valkyrie realises that she could be Impact Champion once again. You know, she is the longest reigning Impact World Women's Champion, and this is a big one, really. And Ty Valkyrie is realising this. Rosemary and Bravo are helping her. This is where I turn Johnny Bravo babyface. Do it. He's got a comedy gimmick of ditzy, whatever. So he's very marketable gimmick, will sell a lot of merchandise, more than usual. Ooh, interesting. And losses do not hurt momentum as much as usual, and he will struggle to be used as a star or major star. That's fine, that's absolutely fine, because he's not one, he's just there and thereabouts. And the turn was a complete success as well. That's really good. I was expecting it to go badly, but brilliant stuff. Then we got a 32 rated segment. This is the start of something big. I think this could be a long storyline, because I've not got many plans for him, so I think this could be a long one. Similar to what Sean Spears had at the start of the year with AEW. This is Rohit Raju trying to find who he is. He's lost all of his mates. He's lost all of them. So what is he going to do? And that's kind of the realisation Rohit's got. He's kind of talking to himself, and he's like, this is time to find out who I am. Am I a tag team wrestler? Am I a single star? Am I in the X Division? Can I go to the World Championship? He wants to find his place on the card, because right now, similar to me, not a clue. So I think this is a good way of maybe even getting in a few people on pay-per-appearance deals to maybe come in and kind of see what they can do. This is Rohit's way of trying to find out what he can do. So this is just a way of finding different matches, singles matches, tag team matches, and he can lose some, he can win some. I think this is Rohit's going to become one of these at the moment that can win and lose matches here and there, and it won't really matter too much. So yeah, this is the start of that, basically. And then we've got a 47 rated segment where Melina says that they should team more often. Look, they won their last match. Maybe they should team again, and they will do that next week. So this is a weird rivalry going on, because I'm not too sure what to do with it. But it's a weird one. and 47 rated, decent stuff there. Then we've got a 42 rated match where Jordynne Grace defeated Kimberly with a 4 from Grace in about 12 minutes. Jordynne Grace with a 45, Kimberly with a 36, and they don't have great chemistry. This is much better than I thought. I thought Kimberly was about 20. Jordynne Grace is possibly our best women's wrestler, so it's nice to see her move up the card, and I think we need to find something to do with Jordynne Grace in the near future. But for now, she can just linger a little bit and see what happens. So yeah, 42 rated stuff there. Kimberly really good, so I've got to keep an eye on Kimberly. Then we've got a 46 rated segment where he says that once he wins the title on Saturday, he's coming for Myers. And Rhino doesn't really dispute, like, Heath's kind of hitting him as if to go, come on, buddy. No, there's not much emotion from Rhino at all. He just looks menacing. And Heath worked well off script as well. Really good stuff here. Lovely stuff. Really good segment. Then we got a 34 rated segment where Madison Rayne tells Melissa Santos that she isn't done with Love yet. Love cheated to beat her. She's not done with her. Just to kind of put over the fact that yes, they had a big match last week, but it's not the end of the rivalry. Then we've got a 41 rated segment, my chair is creaking, where Madison Ray, Kylie Ray looks in the mirror and is concerned. She's like in the bathroom, she's concerned and she's like, what's coming over me, what's coming over me? And then the lights flicker, like in horror movies, you know, like The Grudge and stuff, the lights flicker and you can see Sue Young in the background as the lights are flickering. Kylie Ray quickly turns around, nothing's there. Really spooky stuff here. I love booking spooky people. I know that sounds weird, but I do love booking them because you can do loads of little things and it could just prolong a rivalry for so long until they get the final blow off. They are having matches here and there, but just, you know, just hold off a little bit. 41 rated, good stuff. Then we've got a 41 rated segment where Wentz tells the North that on Saturday they will beat the North once again. It will be the match that was initially stated to be on the Prelude to Glory, I think it was, where Wentz and Dez of the Rascals will face Josh Alexander and Ethan Page of the North. Yeah, we're finally going to get that match at the pay-per-view. It's been building for a very long time and we're going to get a big blow-off match there. Will the rivalry continue? Probably, especially with the inclusion of Dominic Guarini. However, it's still, you can still progress this rivalry between these guys. And then the main event of the evening is the Sons of Perfection defeating Renault Scum in about 13 minutes when David Boy Smith Jr. submitted Luster Legend with a sharpshooter. Luster Legend and Renault Scum were about 25-ish. David Boy Smith Jr. and Joe Henning were about that early 40s mark. Renault Scum have great chemistry together, that's good stuff. 38 rated segment, really good stuff here, just nice stuff. I am planning little thing in here. I haven't done a tournament yet. Obviously there was the Bound for Glory series, but I haven't done a proper tournament with the new games mechanics and I want to try that out. So I'm thinking of doing like a Dusty Rhodes Classic type thing over multiple weeks. I can probably get quite a few teams in. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I am thinking of having that. I'm thinking of having a Dusty Rhodes Classic type tournament. But obviously, if you guys have a name for that tournament, that would be great. I'd love that. Or any ideas of, you know, the graphics and stuff, because I would love that. Genuinely, I would love it. If you guys had any ideas about what we could do in terms of a Dusty Rhodes type classic. We get a rating of 41 here, but yeah, I'd love to know that, because I do think personally that I can't call it Dusty Rhodes Classic. I can't do something like that. I've got to call it like the Dudley Boys Tag Team Tournament or something like that. Someone that maybe is like Impact Tag Team, a famous Impact Tag Team of some sorts. Obviously there's loads, so just maybe like the Beer Money one or something like that. I don't know, give me some ideas, it would be really nice to get some. Obviously the next episode is Destination X, so you got some time to think about it and post some ideas in the comments down below. That would be great. I I just love that. I really would love that. It would help a lot. So yeah, I would love to know. We've got some mail and stuff here, so we've got the viewing figures, but we've got something here to do with contracts. Pay rise request by ODB. I haven't really used her too much at the moment. How much is she wanting? She's being paid 19. She wants 150. Yeah, accept the request. I don't mind that at all. Let's have a look at these. Roderick Strong's contract might be ending. That would be cool. I might go for Roddy actually. Just looking at Roddy, he's obviously, I think he was in Impact before. I'm pretty sure. It might be in his bio somewhere that he was in Impact before, but I swear he was. And he's a very, very, very good wrestler. So I'd love to have him. I will probably put in a bid for him. If you think we should have him, put that down in the comments down below as well. That would be great. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll run through the card for Destination X, ready for the massive payoff of the pay-per-view. Right, so here we go. We are going into the Destination X pay-per-view, where the theme for this pay-per-view is Energy by SATV Music. That is the song for Destination X. So thank you for them for providing the music for this. As we will run through the card now. So, not long announced was the Rascals versus the North, the originals of the two trios. Are going at it. These two were meant to fight it out in the last pay-per-view. They were unable to due to the injury on Dez, and finally he is available. So that means that we can finally get the payoff between these two teams as they are, and that will be at Destination X. Another match we'll finally get the payoff to is Ace Austin versus TJP. This rivalry has been building for a very, very long time since they fought each other in the Bound for Glory series, and TJP is in need of this win, but so is Ace Austin. These both have been dropped down a little bit down the card. They need a win to push them back up that card. Which one will be able to do it here? We do not know, but all we do know is these two will be able to put on an incredible match. Warhorse has been on an absolute tear since going to Impact Wrestling. He managed to outlast the 10-minute challenge given by Rob Van Dam, and that has put him over massively. That is due to Warhorse's incredible athletic nature and his loving coming from the crowd. Can Warhorse pick up a massive victory on the pay-per-view? It's a big ask, but we've seen people do it before. RVD needs to put his ego aside and needs to treat Warhorse as a credible threat, because that's exactly what he is. Johnny Gargano came into Impact with amazing impact, no pun intended, and went straight after Eric Young. Eric Young obviously tearing Impact apart since his return, has destroyed Rick Swann to the point where Rick Swann has had to go out with injury yet again, and Gargano is unhappy with this. He's just livid, and you know, he's very good friends of Rick Swann's, and he wants that revenge, but also wants to pick up a massive win against a big name in Impact in Eric Young. This could easily be a main event caliber match, and is just going to be given away with just almost no bloodthirsty rivalry. This is just a rivalry where Gargano needs to win and Young needs it, but Gargano also has that layer of anger at Eric Young for his treatment of the Impact roster. One of our title matches on the card is Moose versus EC3. Moose has been a very dominant champion. Trey proved to be one of the first contenders to really push Moose to the limit, and Moose managed to get through it. EC3 is possibly Moose's toughest challenge yet, and has held multiple titles within Impact. Moose has carried on this cocky nature, but will that cost him against EC3, or will Moose's arrogant nature be given the platform it needed to remain the way it is? Moose has just almost carried the division for so long, but as all the divisions keep rising, Moose just keeps staying at his level on top, and he does believe he's the credible champion, and he keeps proving that week by week. Kairi Hojo, another big name that ended up coming to Impact recently and instantly staked her name for the title. Unlike other people who came into the company, she came in with full force and went for that title. The question is, can she defeat Deonna Purrazzo? She's pinned her before in that tag team match, but can she do it when she has to do all the work herself and defeat a dominant champion in Purrazzo? Purrazzo has almost just carried this presence about her where she's on top of everybody, and she deserves to be. But can Hojo's experience, but also her stature in the world of women's wrestling, be too much for Purrazzo to handle? Probably two of the most infamous tag teams in tag team history, the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Good Brothers. These two teams have had a friendly rivalry where the Good Brothers managed to win 3 of the 4 singles matches against the Motor City Machine Guns, but the Motor City Machine Guns managed to defeat Miro and Callihan on Impact, proving that they are one hell of a tag team together, and even 2 massive single stars cannot even match up to how good they are. So these two teams, 2 of the best, and we're going to find out which one of these 2 teams is going to be classed as the best on this pay-per-view. Who that will be, we'll have to find out. Speaking of the 2 biggest single stars, we have Sami Callihan and Miro. Miro, since he came in, has been dominant, but he has still managed to get pinned and submitted. He hasn't been undefeatable, he is beatable. And Callihan was one of those people who beat him. That's what earned him this opportunity, was the fact that he is one of the only people to pin or submit Miro since Miro came into the company. Can Callihan do that again? Or is Miro too confident? Is he too settled in Impact to lose this match? They both have potential to be massive in the company. Miro is already massive. Can Callihan rise up to this level and take that top spot in Miro's first defense of that title, one of his first defenses of that title? We'll have to find out. And obviously the showcase match of Destination X is the Ultimate X match. We have been building to this for weeks now with multiple qualifiers. Chris Bay has his toughest challenge yet. Chris Bay has been a great champion. Now he has the help of the Kingdom. Will the Kingdom get involved in this match? We'll have to find out. But there is 5 individuals vying for that title. That is Willie Mack, someone that has been feuding with Chris Bay, it seems, for ages, but it went on the back burner and it's come back. But they have this mutual respect between the 2 of them. They know how good each other are, and they know what the other is capable of, and they know they're capable of beating each other, and that's what makes their rivalry great, and it's been renewed here. Willie Mack is one of the contenders. The other one is Heath. Heath did lose to Brian Myers on Tuesday. Will that play in Heath's head, or will Heath be able to put that to the side and win the Ultimate X match and then deal with his problems with Brian Myers later? Or will the Brian Myers problem stay in his head in this match and cost him? We'll have to find out. Jake Christ has been on an absolute tear since I took over this company. He defeated Tommy Dreamer, he's defeated Ken Shamrock, he's defeated Hernandez. He's just got plowed through so many people, and can he go and win this match? This match suits him perfectly. Weapons seems to be his forte. He loves dealing with weapons, and what a match this is for him. He can use whatever he wants to win this match. All he has to do is climb those ropes, scale across, and grab that title. But can he do it? Trey what a journey Trey has been on since I've joined this company. He has just put on performance after performance after performance. Unfortunately, he couldn't get that title off of Moose, but this is another chance at another title. Can he defeat the other 5 fierce competitors to win this match and grab that X Division title that no one can say he doesn't deserve, because he truly does? We'll have to find out. And finally, the biggest name in this match, the biggest threat to everybody, is a man named Fenix. Fenix is one incredible wrestler, deemed by many as the best wrestler in the world. And he has to deal with 500 competitors who know of Fenix's capabilities and will probably target Fenix in this match and try and stop him from winning it. Can he do so? We'll have to find out. Fenix would literally be the face of the X Division and is, you know, having the best wrestler in the world in Impact for the future will be incredible. But can one of these other 5 men defeat Fenix and maybe stake their claim as one of the best too? We'll have to find out. We have one incredible card on the way at Destination X. I am very, very excited for this one. There are multiple that could be the main event. Just looking at the heat of the rivalries and the abilities of the people, the Motor City Machine Guns Good Brothers match could main event, the Ultimate X match could main event, and so could the Callihan Miro match. Please put down in the comments down below which one you think should main event, because this one is going to be an unbelievable, and I mean unbelievable show. I don't think there's one weak match on the card. The weakest one probably being the Rascals versus the North, and that says a lot really. Those 2 teams are incredible. So this is one hell of a show. I'm very excited to show you it. Hit that like button if you like this video and are very excited for this Destination X pay-per-view. It is finally here. Comment anything down below. I've asked a lot of questions in this one, so please answer them in the comments down below. If you're new here, please do subscribe, as you do not want to miss a thing and do not want to miss this Destination X pay-per-view. And I shall see all of you at the pay-per-view. See you there.